Hi friends, how are you all? I'm very happy to stand for you for the classes for the age, and I hope that you all are keeping fine and you are learning. Maybe previous classes we discussed about the lesson 24, 25, and today also I'm going to discuss from the same lesson 25, the Indian Constitution and the need for laws. The Indian Constitution and the need for laws. And you know, from the political parts, part 2. Part 1 we already completed. Now you have to go for the part 2. So, there are some topics from the standard 8 class we discussed, maybe the last first episode, that we discussed about the Constitution. We discussed about the Constitution, and the topic we discussed again, the importance of the laws. The importance of the laws we completed, and what is dowry, about dowry and how that practice came to exist, and what are things happened, and because of dowry what are things happen, the problems arise in dowry system that I explained maybe the last class. Now we have to go for the few rest of this topic, and we have to complete by today. And now listen carefully, because I am not giving more explanation for the first part, so we are getting to the next topic. So now we have to go for the next topic, the Constitution and the legality of the laws. Listen carefully. The Constitution and the legality. Okay? And the Constitution, what is Constitution? The definition I have given. And now we have to learn about the legality of the laws. Because the constitutions are there, and according to that only even the government and proceeds everything. So, you know, law, that purpose only we have the laws. So laws are not there, people maybe they work, they do everything according to their own desires, and if people are acting according to their own desires, and so many problems may arise in our nations. That purpose we have the Constitution. So Constitution are really the legality, okay, and legal the procedures are there, and according to the government should act. So we are learning from this part, and because of the legality of this laws, we are learning that. And the Constitution helps us to outline the laws of the land. And in other words, is legality of laws derived from the Constitution. Because of this Constitution, we have legal procedures, and the government should act according to the legality, otherwise according to the Constitution. Now, here mentioned that two things we are able to understand from this paragraph. Mainly, we can understand that laws are legal, that purposely the government must act according to the legality only, according to the rules and regulations only. If laws are not there, there is a problem, because the people acting according to their own ways, even the government also acting according to their own ways. So there is no legal laws are there. So now we have the Constitution, so we have the laws are there, and we have the laws are there because of the legality also there. So we can understand that two things mainly we are able to understand from this paragraph. So here mentioned that this has a twin benefits, because the government does not cross the boundaries of the law. Okay, the Constitution legally we have, because of that one main important point is that the government does not cross the boundaries of the law, because laws are given even for the government, the people are elected as the government. So for those people, for the government also, we can understand there is a legal boundaries are there. The government should not act beyond the boundaries, because otherwise the document already as the law we have the Constitution. So beyond the Constitution, government cannot act, because there will be boundary for the government. So we can understand that there will not be the geoparadise. There's one particular terminology mentioned, geoparadise. Geoparadise means maybe sometime according to the situation government is acting. So the Constitution legally we have, also written document we have. Because of that purpose, government should not do the geoparadise. That means they cannot act according to the situation. Are you following what I'm saying? Government have their own boundaries because the legalized Constitution we have. Because of that, government should not act. Government cannot do the geoparadise. That means they cannot act according to the situation, because we have the documents is there as the Constitution. Legally that's approved as the law. That purposely government should not go beyond the Constitution. That's one of the important things. And the second thing we can understand that, maybe here mentioned the most constitutions in the world are given supremacy over ordinary statute law. ordinary statute law, that means that's a written document. Because if for documents you are simply keeping as orally and just you are passing through generation to generation, maybe that may be changes are there, changes may occur. But a written document we are able to change it. Are you following what I am saying? Written document we are able to change. Document as legally we already received and we passed the law as a legal law for around nation of India. That's the constitution. That's second part. The second benefit we have, that's a statute law. That is a written document. So no one can change it. No one can change, because all the things are for every area, for religious purpose, for social purpose, for the entire country. What are the problem arise about that? We have already making the rules and regulations in our constitution. That is mainly statute law. That's my written document. So no one can change the document. That's so important. So this is the main two things we are getting from this paragraph. Mainly the constitution and the legality of the laws. From there we have to understand that the government should not do just practice the jeopardize. Two words we are getting from that this constitution. Maybe jeopardize. Okay, jeopardize. Jeopardize, this word I already informed you. Jeopardize means government cannot act according to the situation. So we have the law is there, and that law is illegal for us or our nations. So government cannot act jeopardize. That means according to the situation. And second, we can understand that the statute. Okay. So two benefits. Okay, because of the constitution and the legality of law, we have the two benefits are the first one, the jeopardize, government should not act according to the situation. Secondly, a statute law, that means that's a written document for our country, so government should not act according to that, and beyond the constitution, other legal laws. That's the two benefits we are getting from the constitution and the legality of the law. Now we can go ahead. Law and dissent. Okay, now we have to go for the next topic. Law and the dissent. Listen carefully. So this topic is already over. This already over. This all over. Now we have to go over the maybe the law and the dissent. Listen now. So dissent means here very clearly mentioned that dissent means disagree. Okay, dissent it means disagree. Okay, dissent means disagree. Okay, why the word the term king, and we can understand that maybe sometime by already inform you the government also acting beyond our constitution, and people have so many problems and they are disagree with that. For example, maybe the recently that happened about the maybe NRC and everything I know about all those things, and maybe there are one of the community, they said that they are maybe neglected for every areas. And therefore, those people, they are saying that because they are even neglect the nationality, because they are not belongs to our India, they are coming from somewhere else, and they maybe the nationality is unable to prove those people. So, because of the NRC, people struggle a lot, and because they are dissent against the NRC. That's the example I am giving because it will be helpful for you to understand, because NRC everybody knows, and CAA, NRC, these are the terms you understand that. And so many people struggle. And if government is acting according to new rules like that, because we have all the written laws are there, we have the written constitutions are there, and even constitutions are giving the freedom for every people, for every religion. Every religious people, we are able to practice, we are able to have keep on faith on any religion if you are more than the age of 21. So that's understand we are getting the constitution. But this type of new, maybe the rules are coming, then if it is against the constitution, and we can make our own, maybe we can raise our voice against that. So here mentioned that the law and dissent. The law and dissent, from there we are getting information that the people are disagreeing things. Okay, maybe some things are not related, not at all included in the constitution. People can maybe raise their own voice against that law. So that's the main understanding we are getting from here. Disagree, maybe dissent means disagree, because there are some laws, maybe the government may be making newly, and they are against of the law, people are able to raise their own voices. So the dissent, that meaning is disagree. So you know that so many examples we are able to get from our own history of India. And you know that even from the beginning we are under the control of the British people, English East India Company. You know that those people, they came as a trade purpose, they came. And they exported so many things from India. And after that, they automatically, even the political and social, everything, they just want to put their own hand. And you know that automatically they are in the position of the governing of Indian level. And they are governing the Indian people. The Indians have become just like slaves. They don't have any rights, and all the rights belongs to the British people, otherwise East India Company. So you think about, if people cannot agree with all those things, so people have dissents. They are disagreeing because even the monocracy, just like the things the government acting in India, people cannot tolerate. Okay, and the people are unable to tolerate. They are coming on the road, and they are making just like revolutions, and they are disagreeing, and they are showing their own anger towards the English East India Company. That's the dissent. That's the dissent. We can understand that. Maybe that's the history of India. You are very clear about that, and people disagreed with the British rules and everything, and they became disagreed and dissent. That system we can see there also, and because of British rule, people unable to tolerate, and there will be so many civil disobedience, and the wars also taking place, and maybe even people of group will gather together, and they are raising their voice, even the streets. That's the history of India. We can understand that. So dissent from these are the paragraph. Law and dissent, we understand that that's a disagree, and so many things are there, and people are disagreeing with the government, so they are able to raise their voice. So this understanding we are getting from the civil disobedience. And you know that next topic we are going about the Salt Satyagraha. You might have heard about the Salt Satyagraha, and you will by the Gandhi, you understand. So there are few information I have given from the Salt Satyagraha. You know that also one of the dissents, because even for the salt also, even the British people, they have placed maybe every people they have to give the tax for the salt. So that purposely even Gandhi, and that affected almost all the people, because the British imposed a tax for the salt also. You know that the Indian people, and especially from Gujarat and the nearby the coastal areas of Gujarat, and the Gandhi and with so many friends with him, and they are raising their own voice against salt and salt roots of the British people. There we can understand that the violation of the law was a criminal offence. The government imposed a tax on the salt which affected every number of the society. You know that salt tax affected almost all the people of India. You know that's one of the important things. Gandhi was against of that. Because of that he disagreed with that. And this is called Salt Satyagraha. And Gandhi wanted to chose to violate the salt law in a symbolic campaign. And he salt is a basic necessity of the life, and breaking this law, they wanted to show the repressive nature of the British laws. And Gandhi also disagreed with that, and there are so many followers of the Gandhi. They also accepted the ideas of Gandhi, and symbolically, maybe Gandhi want to show to the British people his own disagreement of the Indian people. He want to show as a symbolical way. That we understand from the Salt Satyagraha, because the British people exposed maybe the imposed by the maybe the salt tax, and against of that, even the Gandhi and his followers, so many people are there, and they are symbolically they want to show maybe that's their dissent, otherwise disagree to British people. About that we are getting information. So on the 12th of March, okay, 1930, okay, listen now, 12th of March, 1930. Listen carefully. 12th of 1930, Gandhi with 78 people. Okay, here mentioned that on the 12th of March 1930, Gandhi with the 78 followers marched from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi. Okay, you know that maybe Gandhi plus 78 followers, they marched from, mentioned that, Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi, and a small village on the coastal area of Gujarat. On 6th April 1930, he picked up a handful of salt and saying, with this I am shaking the foundation of the British Empire. You know that? Symbolically, Gandhi wanted to show something, his own disagreement towards the British government. You know that? Maybe 12th of March 1930, with the 78 people, Gandhi moved from Sabarmati Ashram to the Delhi, and also on the 6th April, 1930. Okay. Listen now. 12th of March 1930, Gandhi with the 78 people, they moved from Sabarmati to Delhi, and we can understand that maybe 6th April 1930, and he was picked up. He was to pick up some. There are handful of salt, and saying that with this I am shaking the foundations. Okay, and he was taking the salt, a handful salt he taken up, and throwing, and he was saying that I just want to shaking the foundations of the British Empire, because he was showing his own his dissent, otherwise disagreement, disagree with the British people, and he just wanted to show to break, otherwise to shake the foundations by the British government. That's understanding we are getting. So that's called a salt satyagraha. You know, salt satyagraha. You know, the people, 78 people, and plus the Gandhi, and Gandhi led the people of the 78 and moved from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi and as a march. And after that we can understand that our 6th April 1930, he took a handful of salt and showing that I just want to shake the foundation of the British people, because we are showing the Indian people disagree with the Euro laws and everything. That is the understanding we are getting from the salt satyagraha. That I hope that you understand about all the salt satyagraha. Now the last we have to go for the anti-liquor campaign. Okay, maybe the last topic we are going to discuss now, the anti-liquor campaign. Okay, here mentioned that in 1991. Women from the Nellore districts of the Andhra Pradesh decided to tackle the growing alcohol dependency among the male members of their families. You know that one of the things happened in 1991. Okay, 1991. Okay, and almost in one of the village places, Nellore districts, and Nellore, so many male people they are addicted by alcohol, and you know that they are especially maybe. Often we understand that maybe these males are, maybe the husbands are there and they are not at all taking care of their families because they are only addicted about alcohol, and even the family they struggle because almost all the family depend upon their father, and if a father addicted by alcohol there will be so many problems, and maybe the poverty may take place and their needs are not really filled with because they are economically they have become completely poor, and there's no way to live there. That purposefully, maybe from the Nellore, one of the districts of Nellore, so many women in 1991, okay, and they came as a campaign against the liquor. They came for the anti-liquor campaign in 1991. Which place? We understand that's the Nellore districts of Andhra Pradesh. And you know that this domestic problem resulting from their husband alcohol addiction had made the realize that something urgent needed to be done. So the campaign was taking place, maybe just like a revolution, people are against of the liquor and everything, and because of the government also should take some decision about that. And what happened? Here finally we can understand that because of the movement resulted in the statewide ban of the sale of the alcoholic beverages in 1995. Okay, 91 they started, and you know that moving towards the 1995, we can understand that if the government maybe banned or the selling of the beverages in their own districts and their own states. Okay, 1991 they started, maybe they can buy liquor, anti-liquor campaign. 1991 they started. 1995 government decided that to ban maybe the liquor and everything from their own districts. Then what happened? And you know that because of the combined anti-liquor campaign, because women raised their voice. The women shows their disagree of the liquor, and because the husbands are always addicted, or almost all the people are addicted by the liquor, and there will not be any peace in their own families. They are not at all meet their own needs because economically they are poor, and almost all the poor people are going for the and also they addicted by the alcohol. that purposely they have the movements are made the campaign 1991, and we can understand the result of because of the 1995 government banned the liquor, maybe the beverages in the law, okay, especially at that areas. And you know what later we can understand 1996, 97, okay, 1997 maybe partially they started again. That's another thing. But anyway, we have to understand, we have to keep in our mind that anti-liquor campaign maybe done by the movements in 1991, you know that 1995 that banned. So people raising their voice, there will be a result. If you are disagree with, if anything government also doing that's against of the constitution, we have the right to maybe raise our own voices. So movement raised their voice. The anti-liquor campaign 1991. You know that 1995 beverage completely closed, banned by the government. You know, and later we can say 1997 that partially started. About that we are getting information. So anyway, we are getting the information that because of this that was banned. The liquor beverages were banned, and the movement was significantly because they empowered the local movements and helped them to mobilize support on important issues. So the important issues are there, and we are raising our voices, and against the new rules are there, then there will be a research, or maybe later. So even the British also and doing so many things against of us, and the so many persecution people had gone through, and we Indian people, we had gone through the slaveries from the British. So these all the information are there. We are getting from the history, and people are disagree with that, and they are raising their voice. They have the revolutions are there, and automatically we are getting the results. And you know that because of the result revolution only, we got the freedom. You know that we got the freedom. Otherwise, still we were under the control of the British people. But there are some people, and there are some people they have given their life for the nation, and because of the nationalism, that purposely we are enjoying the freedom right now. So the anti-liquor campaign is one of the very good examples. And 1991 started, 1995 maybe the beverages and maybe almost all alcohol shops were closed by the government. So the raising was very important. So now I hope that this almost all the lessons of the topic we covered. From this lesson we got information about the constitution and the importance of the laws, and what is dowry, the constitution, the legality of the law and dissent, the salt satyagraha, and finally anti-liquor campaign, and about almost all the topic I completed and covered by, and hope that you understand about this lesson. So now your time is that you have to go through the books, read carefully, and write the question answer properly from the textbook, and it will help you to understand more better about this lesson. Okay. So let me wind up my class by today. Of class, we will see brother next class. Till then, tata bye. God bless you all.